Hi, and welcome to the latest Domestitech video. This week we're going to talk about converting audio, as in records, into MP3s, into digital files. We're going to take this, which I can't even find the cover for, and change it into an MP3 that you can play on your iPod or on your computer. It's a little more complex than doing video, mostly because this kind of medium tended to get damaged. This one certainly did. Can't find the cover. And there are a lot of pops and clicks on it, a lot of noise, a lot of things that we've been used to putting up with back when these were bought brand new. I think this one was bought in 1968. And that sounded like the greatest possible sound to us. But today, with digital media sounding so much better, you might find this a little hard to take when it comes out of your computer speakers. But there are ways to fix that. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a piece of software that makes it very easy for you. It's called Audacity. Okay, Audacity is a piece of software that runs on Windows and on the Mac operating system. It is freeware, absolutely free to you. Although it's really nice if you want to throw them a couple of bucks, because they put a lot of work into this piece of software. Basically, all you need, once you have the Audacity software, and just Google it and you'll be able to find it, is a turntable like this one here, and a connection. When you first open Audacity, this is what you'll see. It's the basic Audacity screen. One pointer I ought to give you, if you're brand new to this program, is go into the preferences for Audacity and make sure under recording, here under recording, it says stereo, 2 channels. And that way when you start recording, you'll get both channels at once. Now the next piece of this puzzle is, how do we get from the turntable into the computer? Well, you can use your amplifier. If you've already got your turntable hooked up, and I know a lot of people do, you can come out using a regular cable like this one. The 2 RCA jacks, 2 phono jacks, can come right out of either a tape out or a line out and go into your computer from that. And for that, just about every computer has a green line out or line in jack. And you can use a device like this, $7.99 at Radio Shack. And basically it hooks up to the cable, and it goes right into the line-in jack, and it's stereo. But you don't have to. My amplifier is far away from my computer, so I'm choosing just to use this. Go directly into the line-in jack on my computer right here. And then I'll amplify that later using the software. So let's get started. For our purposes, we're just going to use one track on this record. But I would suggest to you guys that what you should do is do the entire side of the record. And that way you do all your changes at once and you can break it up later. And now you can see it coming through on the Audacity screen. And this is the early waveforms. And you'll notice that the 2 meters are red at the top part of the screen there, and that means that it is recording right now. And pretty soon we're just going to stop and we'll go with what we've got, and I'll show you what happens next. The first thing we're going to take care of here, let's move up to about 55 seconds right here, and we'll drag our cursor up to 1 minute 5 seconds right there. Just that one section.
Transfer complete.
We go to the Effect menu, and we say Amplify. Now, I haven't changed any of the stock settings that come with Audacity, so I'm just going to use exactly the way it is. It comes up here, and you can move this slider back and forth to make it louder or quieter. But I'll just leave it the way it is. Processes it, bang, now we have a good waveform. And we can hear that by just clicking here and then starting to play. Turn it down a little bit here. compare that volume to this section here. This is the unamplified section, and you can see it's unamplified. Barely hear it. But now as we come in, so we've taken care of the lack of amplification from the simple device that we're using to input the music here. However, it's still got a lot of pops and clicks on it. So let's start getting rid of those. We next go to equalization, and this is important if it's a regular record. And all on this screen we need to change is we need to click RIAA. Most records are cut with RIAA equalization, and that's usually taken out in the amplifier, and this brings up the basses a little bit to say OK. And it's done, just for that one section. And we can hear a little bit of the difference. But we're not done, so let's keep going. Whoop, let's keep going here. This is already selected, so now we'll go to another effect, and the next effect we're going to do is pop and click removal. And again, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it alone and say, from that section, remove the pops and clicks. And it's done. Now we'll hear it again. It's getting cleaner and cleaner. The last thing we have to do is going to take out a lot of the noise, extra noise. And for that, what we need to do is go back to the beginning. And here is a section before the song starts. Right here. So we will take a small section of this, just noise. And that's in the track just before the song starts. We'll go to the effect, and we'll say noise removal. The first thing it says is get noise profile. So this is what we think is noise. So we just click on it. It gets it. Now we go back to where we were working before. Oh, that section right there. Cover it up. Again, selecting the whole thing. Say noise removal. We say remove the noise. It's done. Let's hear it. Okay, so now we've cleaned up our sound file, and the last thing to do is to change it into an MP3, save it, so we can play it later. So we go up here on the waveform, click on it at the beginning of whatever we want to save, go to Edit, select, cursor to end, the whole thing turns black, that's everything we want to save, and we go File, Export as MP3. And we give it a name, and we'll give this hair.mp3, because this is the title song of the musical Hair. We say, save. And then it exports it, and that's as hard as it gets. Now I've suggested that you do an entire record side at a time. So what you're going to do is mark each song and save each song as a separate MP3. As you get to know this program, it can figure out where songs begin and where songs end, and it can do a lot of that for you. This is a very powerful program, and I recommend spending some time fooling around with it and learning it a little bit better. But this is also the same program that comes with most of the USB turntables that claim to make this job so much easier. But as I've said, you don't need a lot of equipment. The software is free, and you can do it yourself. But it is important to know this software well. Anyway, good luck with this, and send me your results and your questions. We'll talk to you soon.